We'll be marching in a few minutes, so get ready. We've got a couple of small speakers before we set off. One of them is Len Aldis. Can I see Len Aldis? Is he around?
I want to start by saying that in a few weeks' time, we will be welcoming to this borough and other boroughs of London 11,000 athletes from over 130 countries. Despite the wars and the build-up to wars that are taking place, we welcome the athletes, and we welcome them also from the other countries that are at the moment at peace. Friends, in the 9th century BC, when wars were raging in Greece, it was decided to hold a truce for a month. And in that month, they held the first of the Olympic Games. And that continued for 3 months. But unfortunately, afterwards, like today, the wars continued. In 1992, the Olympic Committee called for a truce during the Olympics. A good idea, but 10 years on, we are today seeing missiles being planted in this and other boroughs. 14,000 military will be used to surround the estates where the games will take place, 12,000 police, and 10,000 of a private police force, now known as G4S. Friends, this is absolute disgrace, should never have taken place, certainly without the consultation of the tenants on which the buildings or the missile will be placed. I've heard, as you have heard today, that legal action is being taken. And I, like others, call upon you to be outside the law courts, if possible inside, and wherever there is going to be a lawsuit, let them know that we will be supporting them inside, outside, until the missiles are forgotten. I have been...
Right, I'll be very brief. My name is Bryan Wheeler. I'm a journalist who was living in Bow Quarter up until last Saturday, when unfortunately I've had my tenancy terminated for speaking out in the press about this missile plan, so I've had to move home. From the moment that I found out about this plan via a leaflet pushed under the door late at night, I've had questions. Well, I've had a lot of questions for the MOD. We're 2 months down the line, the MOD have still failed to answer any of them. The first thing is, why didn't you speak to? Why did you think this was okay? But also I wanted to ask the MOD what possible situation they could envision in which you'd fire a missile with a range of 5 kilometers over Tower Hamlets, over one of the most densely populated parts of the United Kingdom. You know, if you shoot a missile over Tower Hamlets, whatever you hit has to come down. Where is that going to come down? What are we? Are we collateral damage? So, 2 months in, the MOD have failed to answer even the most basic questions. They've sent their PR men out to answer questions, but really, I mean, all we've had is the promise that, you know, we'll make you safer, having missiles on your roof, having armed police in the corridor, having 10 soldiers, you know, at the top of the water tower, 24 hours a day, will make you safer. But it doesn't make me feel safer. It makes me feel like that they've made the building I lived in a target. It feels to me that rather than actually secure the Olympics and do their job, they're flexing some muscle. They're using the roof of the building as a shop window to showcase military hardware. So the MOD refused to show up and debate us. We had a packed out meeting, there was 200 people there. They said they feared for their own safety. They've been insulting and arrogant the entire way through this. But I'm not the only person to lose my home because of the Olympics. Plenty of people have been forced out because of increased rents, and their stories don't end up on the BBC News. It's not just missiles either. We're getting snipers and helicopters, we're getting sound cannon, we're getting aircraft carriers, we're getting a big military show. You know, Mile End Stadium, just up the road, is to be handed over, which is a really vital sporting amenity for the local community. It's to be handed over to the US team for training. So we're going to have armed US troops securing the perimeter of Mile End Stadium in our community. That, to me, is a much bigger scandal than the missiles. But right now, we're in a situation where we've got the MOD on the back foot, and we have to keep pushing. We've got a campaign in Blackheath that's taken to the streets. We've got the campaign at the Fredwig Tower that's launched this great legal challenge. Unfortunately, our legal challenge didn't work at Bow Quarter. The main reason being that I can't be party to a legal challenge if I don't live there, and I've been forced out. We've got people on the streets today. We've had people on the streets before. We've had packed out meetings. We just need to keep pushing because the MOD are convinced they're going to go ahead with this plan, and the only thing that will stop them is your hard work and your perseverance. So thanks for coming out today, but do keep pushing.